There are 3 main rules to remember if you want to play AD carry, especially going into Season 7. The third most important rule of these 3 rules is, do not play AD carry. Play any other role. Unless you like self-suffering, then this role is going to be perfect for you. Do you like warding? Do you not like warding? It doesn't matter, because when 5 people come to the bot lane, wards won't really save you from getting killed. On top of that, you also need to know that overextending is very bad to do in this role. And what is overextending for the AD carry role? Leaving Fountain, because by all means, as soon as you step foot out of that base, you're already a liability for the first 30 minutes of the game. Do you like agency? Yes? Well then, perfect. Even the support role will give you something with the mage supports that do a bunch of damage and actually are the real bot lane carries. But by all means, you can play AD carry if you want to. It's not the worst decision you'll probably make in your life, probably only the second worst decision you'll make in your life. Honestly, you'd probably be better off uninstalling the game now. But let's say you really want to go forth with this adventurous idea. The one thing you gotta remember is, your favorite color is about to become gray. That is going to be a color you're going to love a lot. It doesn't matter if your positioning's well, it doesn't matter if your mechanics are on point, because honestly, if you're alone and you're not with your team 24/7, you will die. Heck, the breeze might hit you wrong and your character might just drop dead because hey, you're supposed to be grouped. You're a team reliant role for all goodness sakes. Be team reliant, you can group, even when they're not doing the right thing, even when they're doing the complete wrong thing and chasing deep, well you better group with them anyway, because that's all you're supposed to do. Because that's the second most important thing to remember, probably the second biggest rule, is you know those eye exam charts where they ask you to focus really hard on the bottom line, and you can't but you try to anyway? Yeah, that's about as hard as the enemy team's gonna focus you. But on the flip side of the coin is, no one's ever gonna peel for you ever. For reference, it takes maybe 2 seconds to peel a banana, that thing's easy. You won't even get that much peel, not even 2 seconds worth of peel. As soon as you get jumped, your peeling mechanics and your tools and your champions and your supports and stuff, they're just gonna dive the enemy bot lane champion to see who can dive first, and then we go 1 for 1. And have a 4-on-4 match with more reliable and not so handicapped teammates and champions and roles. But the very most important rule to probably remember is carry. And by all means, I'm not saying something like, oh, carry as in carry your team, get all the kills, get all the, assist if you can, get all the wards down, take towers, take dragons. I mean, carry the burden that your teammates are holding of having you on their team and knowing, hey, as soon as this guy gets jumped, we gotta do something about it or else we lose the team fight, even though he can't do anything off of 2 items. Meanwhile, I spiked on 1 item and I've been ruling the mid game, but we're gonna lose the game because this guy over here, he really needs 6 items. We used to think it was just a joke or bad AD carry saying just wait for the late game. Now we know it's actually true for like every champion and every AD carry player in the game. So, that's fantastic. Except that it's horrible. It's rather painful for all parties involved, but that's the weight you have to carry on your shoulders. It's what carry in the name stands for. But by all means, keep playing this role. It'll be stay between you and your therapist while you keep coming back to this, not only this game, but for that role specifically, when you could be doing anything else with your life, including homework. Yes, I'm saying homework is better than playing AD carry in League of Legends. But again, by all means, that's between you, your life, and your therapist. So, going forwards, just remember, there are sometimes things are going to be your fault though. Kind of like a bonus rule here. Sometimes you mess up, and it is your fault. Like the Maokai can't peel for you against the Zed if you run away from Maokai as well. By all means, as a tank, he already has a lot to juggle on his plate, make his life easier. He has to absorb damage and do damage by the passives in his kit, he has to absorb damage and do damage because of his kit in general, and he has to absorb damage and do damage by the items he's building. Make his life a little bit easier, would you? And either play another role or play AD carry and literally hug him. Be attached to Maokai's hip. But by all means, thank you for watching this video if you did watch this far. I don't know which video will be next because life is full of a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe as well. But you don't have to do that. But then again, you don't have to play AD carry and you still do. So maybe you'll still do that as well. Thank you for watching.